Hey, I'm going to show you how you can absolutely crush the sales process, add 4 to 5 times the bandwidth for you or your team, and to improve the close rate that you have. And the reason is we're going to generate personalized sales decks in minutes using this Claude skill. I'm going to show you how to build the skill. I'm going to show you what it looks like when it runs. Just know that you can get both of the prompts required to build the skill right in the school group below for free. So just join that group. You'll be able to grab the prompt and run this yourself. I'll give you a high-level overview of what we're going to do. There's 2 parts to this process. The first is a one-time setup. Now, right now, I'm overseeing 4 different companies in a portfolio, and each of them has a sales process. So I needed to buy back some time and leverage. So there's a one-time setup process, and there's a prompt that will walk you through the information you need to provide about your business and your services or your product. That takes about 5 minutes to do. The second is whenever you're ready to actually generate one of these sales decks, you do it after you've recorded a sales call, right? So you've had a prospect on Zoom or wherever you're having the call, and you just need a transcript to feed into this skill. So if you're using Zoom, just use the note taker, or if you got Fireflies or Otter or Read AI, whatever your favorite tool is, just make sure that you're exporting that text-based transcript afterwards. We're also going to use Gamma to do this. Now, you don't need to use Gamma. You could literally just have Claude, create a PDF or an HTML file. But the reason why I would recommend using Gamma, first of all, it's a great tool. It does a great job creating sales decks programmatically. But also, if you're working on a team, you might want that collaborative aspect. So you might want to treat this like a Google Doc, get somebody else in your team to sign off or to add their touch. And doing this in Gamma just makes those changes a lot easier. So you want to, if you're starting out with Gamma, just build a theme. There's a link below where to get it. Build a theme, and you can choose very simple things: fonts, colors, brand stuff. You just set this up once, and then you'll be able to actually plug it into the Claude skill so that it will develop your sales deck according to your brand. If you've already got a pitch deck, even easier, just import it and it will use the existing framework and colors and everything else that you have, so that you don't need to go through the process. Second thing that you'll need to do, just as a setup item, is go to Settings and API Keys and create an API key, name it whatever you want. But when you grab this key, save it to like a text document temporarily, because you'll never be able to see this key again. But you do just need to put it into the environment file to kick all of this off. Okay, so let's dive right in. I'm going to pretend like I just got off of a sales prospecting call. To kick it all off, you just do create sales deck. And since I already set up the configuration file for this sample company, a podcast production company, it's referring to that because it's already set up. Okay, so now what it needs is for me to give it the call transcript, just a text file. I'll paste it in here. Now that I've given it the transcript and it's ingested all that information, it's prompting me with kind of a multiple choice of what package and pricing that I want to do. So generally on a sales call, you're vetting your prospect and you've got an idea of a package that would be right for them. This is the time to choose it. So we'll do bi-weekly core. This is like a bi-weekly podcast production service. We'll do a guest booking service, and let's do blog writing for bi-weekly episodes. Now at this point, this is the only input that I need to give it. It knows everything else. So I just needed to give it the transcript and what we're pitching. At this point, you can go get yourself a coffee. You can go catch up on other stuff, while the hours that you would have spent building a sales deck are now being done for you, probably in a way that is better than you would have done yourself. And so while this is at work, let me just show you what the prompts look like real quick. So the first prompt is going to help you generate that initial configuration file. You just copy and paste this into Claude Code or ChatGPT, and it will guide you through question by question the information that it needs just one time to be able to set you up for success. So it'll ask you about your business, your brand voice, any of the packages that you've got. And if you have an existing pitch deck like slide structure that you want to use every time consistently, you can provide that as well. I'll show you what mine looks like on the final generation. But again, if you don't have these things, you can just simply prompt the assistant to give you starting examples and then fill the information in as needed. But this whole process should take you 5 minutes tops. Once you have it, the configuration file will be written. The second file is literally what you can just paste into Claude Code and let it build the skill. This just reverse engineered the steps that I went through to build what I'm showing you right now. Okay, so now there is one editing step. So if I want to change anything about the outline, we can do that now. So I'll go to the top here and I can see, okay, here's the cover. Here's the opportunity. There's some content here. For the sake of this demo, I'm just going to approve it. But if you wanted to change anything before we send it over to Gamma for the slide creation, you can do that here so that you don't have to do as much work on the other side correcting things that you could easily correct now. So just say, go ahead. And now it's going to connect over the API to Gamma to create the actual deck. So this is just letting me know that it's overriding the previous test that I had done before filming the video. No problem. It's in the process of sending it to Gamma over the API, so that'll be fully created. Awesome. So it's generated the deck. It's giving you a direct link to that deck, and it's giving you a little bit of a summary of what was created. So quick hack here, this will show up an API generated, not your normal Gammas. That took me a little while to find the first time that I did it. But if you're doing this over the API, obviously go to API generated, and then you'll get your deck here. Okay, great. So I'm not going to show you this entire thing just because there is, some personal information in here, but this is what the output looks like. There's amazing opportunities here for the client. Honestly, this is all completely personalized. So there's no strong voice or centralized content that's serving this region in New York and New Jersey for this specific niche. Like, all of this is really, really well written. What we heard, I think this is one of the most impactful slides. So I think it's time to start a podcast to share my expertise. Okay, this is a direct quote from the prospect because we gave it the transcript. I'm the only one in New York, New Jersey doing this type of consulting. There's no platform out there for providers. So again, it's just a better listener than you. So it's doing a better job of kind of honing into the key pain points of the prospect and then bringing them to the fore so that, again, they feel heard. Vision for the show. These are all things that we mentioned on the call as possibilities. Our approach, this is a fairly static slide because, again, this is just something that we're going to use for every particular client, but in context of all the other personalized stuff, it really pops. Now it's got our core deliverables, why this matters, et cetera, et cetera. So it's even got like a timeline here of everything that we're going to do and when we're going to do it. Again, this is a part of the initial configuration file. I gave it what the general timelines are, and it's just matching it up with the price. Why Podsicle? Again, this is a static slide. Next steps, static slide, but personalized to the prospect. So there's ways to level this up. Like if I took more time to actually create the theme for my brand, then I think this would look even more polished. Like this is just really right off of the shelf of what Gamma provides for a starting theme, but still incredibly impactful for getting something turned around quickly. And again, I think the most important thing is it allows you to ride the momentum of a really positive sales call rather than waiting 2 days, 5 days, next week, and spending all of that time sorting together notes, creating a bespoke presentation for every prospect. If you can get this out within an hour of talking to the prospect, I guarantee you will start to get some raised eyebrows of, oh my gosh, I can't believe how quickly you got this out to me. Yes, let's move forward. Use this, empower your team with the same skill, keep everything consistent. Do it in Gamma so that you can share and collaborate and make sharing and exporting really easy. Like if I wanted to present this, I could share it in presentation mode, or I can actually just export it as a PDF or a PowerPoint or Google Slides, whatever you want to do with it to share it. You can now do it from this point. So again, get the prompts, both of them here in the link below at the school group. You can download these, put these to work, and start creating personalized pitch decks tomorrow after your next call. Enjoy.